The Tape Never Lies Network.
The tape never lies. Tape never lies.
Starts now.
The tape never lies.
With the first pick in the 2024 NFL Draft.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest man.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
So chase greatness and start understanding that he's going to make everybody better.
Tape never lies.
I don't want to see your tape breakdowns if you cannot show me things that are negative about a guy that's on your current team.
Hashtag chase greatness. Hashtag take that.
Keep it 100.
Because I'll make this one more time clear. Caden Whitlow, cut it.
Keeping it 100.
He is the best quarterback I have ever scouted on tape.
The Chicago Bears select.
Guess who's back? The two dudes that kept it real. Dynamic duo that you love, the smartest man at Dr. Phil. Breaking down the film, never a problem, kick it straight. Most shows focus on stats, we focus on the tape. We keep it in 100, never running east or west. We coming with that truth, cause that's what our fans expect. Cut off the aching anchor, moving forward to be free. But don't you worry, Shane's got the dumbest tweets. It ain't no secret, Phil and Shane got some haters. But now the mouth stuck like the Jew and now and laters. Debaters, straws get kicked like Coach Chamber. Cuts had to be made, we added a barber moderator. Up or down, boys got you double checking. Sad sack strolling like a fool, drunk texting. Flexing on the truth cause you know they'll never change. Real, recognize real, that's what you get with Phil and Shane.
Give me some fucking names in 2 fucking games.
Fuck a play or a captain, all of the up there. The tape never lies, the truth you see. We laugh, we lie, so there's no babies like Maybelline. Straight to the truth with acumen and facts. We got a stat nerd, but he's not just giving nerd stats. Car crash, big impact like trip stat. Every Wednesday night you got the smartest man Phil back. Now we know you're smiling like a fat kid with fun dip. We're back better than ever and we're keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest
Keeping it
man.
100.
Keeping it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Draft Dr. Phil and the smartest
Keeping
man.
it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Keep it 100.
Keeping it 100.
Yeah, exactly.
Yo, what is good, TTNL family? It is Wednesday night. You are in the right place. You know, it's the best bear show on the planet. Of course, we got a lot to talk about tonight, but you know, we're a little short, but we can, no pun intended, Phil. But we got a lot to get into. So without
I know I'm short, right?
I'm gonna go ahead and bring Phil in. Hi, Draft Dr. Phil. How are you?
I'm hustling around, Cherie. I'm trying to take care of things. There's no soap. Kids gotta get showered. We have no soap.
Me and Ivan thought we was gonna have to do the show by ourselves.
Yeah, I guess I didn't see Shane is gonna be late.
Yeah.
That's how things go, I guess, in this world today. It's like
Family
groceries.
first, right?
Everything keeps going up. Never going down. The prices don't go down.
Let's go ahead and bring Ivan in. Ivan, how are you?
What's up, guys? I know me and Cherie were a little worried, Phil, and then you came in right in the nick of
Oh, he
time.
said you're gonna do your diva interest. Let's be real.
Oh yeah,
Said,
Oh, I did.
Divas Chris.
Divas in the
talking shit.
Bang. Oh yeah.
Oh my god. I think that's the first time I've ever been called a diva. He only gets whatever he wants. Whatever he wants. Uncle Bullets was first in the building today at like 10 a.m. He was ready. I saw it in the YouTube.
Which means that's what, 7 o'clock for him?
Probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We are all here except for Shane. And I got to say, the Chicago Bears, you know, Caleb Williams steps to the podium and it's just a different vibe, different energy about the confidence and the ability to deal with any question. You know, a lot of people talk about that stuff, but like it doesn't matter. But when you see somebody that's asked a question, whether it be leading and there's a sense of, okay, I know what this guy reporter's trying to get at. And it, you know, it can incite people or it can shut people down. The great ones are able to handle any kind of questions. And it's really, you know, before we get to pads and everything like that, you know, we talked many a night, many a times, guys, about what this kid's, you know, tape showed. And then all of the rumors and all of the bull crap and the homophobics out there and all the bullshit minutia, any way to knock somebody down that you're jealous of or you just want to be right. I look at this guy stepping to the podium again today. It's funny, he always leaves with "Go Bears." I'll have to like go back into the mic to say it because he takes a lot of pride in what it is he's doing. And if you're able to command the room, that's a sign of a leader. Mm-hmm. And that's the sign of somebody that's present in the responsibility. You know, you go back to the old Spider-Man. You know, how do you deal with the power? You have a great responsibility, right? That quarterback position for Chicago has been an epic failure forever. And for the first time in our lifetime, Bear fans, you know, are going to see a quarterback that's able to anticipate the throw. I always talk about Eric Kramer, who was on this network. You know, that was the last time I saw anticipatory passing consistently. Granted, it was in the old action West Coast offense, but it's no coincidence that that season in 1995 might have been our best passing season ever, which I believe it was. And there was a great, somebody sent me a screenshot of somebody's tweet. The number of teams that have quarterbacks that have thrown for 30 plus touchdowns in a season. Every team except one, the Chicago Bears. Hello? We don't need Lionel Richie to help us out here.
Is it me you're looking for?
Caleb Williams came in like Lionel Richie. It is you we've been looking for. It's like Cutler, Grossman, all of them. And I don't know the quote. You're supposed to give it to me. Do you know the quote? With great power comes great responsibility.
There it is.
How about that?
I'm pretty sure that was a quote.
That is the quote. That's what I said. It's the quote. I might not have said it correctly earlier. I was trying to gather it. But with quarterback in Chicago comes great responsibility. It has been a failure every time. Failure every time. So finally, for the first time, how about this? The Bears, every preseason game will be shown live.
Prime time.
on NFL Network. So
What
you'll
did,
get the Bears every week. Does that mean I don't have to pay for Game Pass? Since they'll be live, I mean, someone broke down it like cost you 800 and some bucks to see every game this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's wild.
You gotta
I mean-
buy. I already have Netflix. I have Peacock. I have Hulu, YouTube TV, NFL Sunday Ticket. I bought.
Prime.
I got Prime already. So I basically have all my bases covered anyway. Is there anyone I'm missing that I need with the NFL?
No, because
You
with
said you got-
YouTube TV that covers like
You got-
ESPN and
Peacock though, right? Does Peacock? Did you say Peacock?
Yeah, I got
Okay,
Peacock.
Okay.
Got Peacock. Got YouTube TV. I bought the NFL Sunday Ticket with the $100 off early.
yep, had to get it before May 16th.
I don't try like the Fire Stick.
I don't like
C-Snags,
that.
because I get like if it even buffers, I'm gonna get pissed off.
Yeah.
So I have to see every play in real time because we got to go to BHL right after it. And I will say that YouTube TV has been outstanding. You know, there was that one weekend where shit was weird. But other than that, it has been no flaws whatsoever in my book over here. The other thing is, what was the Peacock Prime? Netflix got games on Christmas Day. Is there anything else?
I think that's all of them. Because I mean, the basis is because Thursday night that's Prime. Sunday you got a Sunday Ticket to cover the afternoon games, and then NBC is you got that with YouTube TV, and then ESPN you got that with YouTube TV, and then the playoffs and the holiday games are on Netflix and Peacock. So yeah, everything's covered.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, YouTube TV's a must too, because our home games for the Wolverines will be Saturday nights. So we'll be playing on Saturday night football. And the league is in the process of dealing with the live stream camera. So we'll be able to access and give out the link for our patrons if they want to check in on a Saturday night.
Oh, you know what you need? Max.
I have HBO Max. I do. I have someone's password for it. It's the only one I don't pay for. I'm like, anyway. But I have that for right now, hopefully. If not, I got to talk to the CFO, Jim Larison. Make sure I have. Bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum, bum, ba-da-bum. There's George McCaskey on his scooter.
I ran into George coming from my first training camp. It was still COVID, so he was on the Segway or the scooter. I think it was a Segway or whatever the hell he's got.
Yeah, it's
and
Segway.
And I'm walking towards the buses, and he's coming out of this one parking lot, and he's like just stopped. I'm looking up at him, and he's all like masked up to the T, and you could tell it's George. I'm like give him a nod, and he gave me a nod, and he just kind of like zoomed off. It was kind of weird because he just kind of like took off like a little, it's sketchy. I don't know.
He's like the Mary Poppins of owners. He's just scooting around. You just give him an umbrella. It'll be perfect.
Good guy.
Phil, do you believe Caleb will have to go through a period of adjustment coming into the NFL? Everybody has to go through a period of adjustment, especially a rookie. So, yeah, there's going to be a period of adjustment. You don't just hit the ground running. That's why when you have these Fields fanboys that still are planting corn or whatever they're doing. I still see people sharing Steelers pictures of the guy. Like, okay, let it go. Where's Frozen song? I should do a parody song. Let him go. Let him go. He was against the Packers. He was 0-11. However, I gotta. He won. He lost 11 in a row. That would be the
There you
lyric.
go. It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress.
Against the Packers, he lost 11 in a row. Let him go. Let him go. We can do a house song to it, Cherie. It'll get played all over Chicago.
Really? Okay.
Only in Ubers. Only in Ubers.
When requested.
Can you play the Let Him Go song? Just let him go. Like, seriously. He's not going to be good in Pittsburgh. He's a backup quarterback. He got a 7th round pick in a trade. You're not getting a 4th unless something crazy happens to Russell Wilson. He is what I said he is. And the NFL said the same thing. Yeah. And I don't know if for you new listeners that are just tuning in and you fanboys, it's a given fact. 100%. The Bears, even if they didn't have Caleb Williams, were moving off of Justin because they didn't feel like he could grow. So let him go. That's it.
I like this HL pre-suggestion. Do it from Teddy Pendergrass's Love TKO.
You better let it go.
I don't think I know that song, and I'm a huge.
Looks like a.
You don't know Love TKO?
This is I know it. Yes, I know it.
You have
Once Cherie hit the hook, I know it. But it's gonna be great because you're gonna get the NFL access that we've been waiting for. And I gotta say, yes, last week I think I saw Drew Black. Jim Larison. I was watching the show back. It was just such a great show. So much fun. And hopefully, if you didn't watch that show, you will. And I put Jim Larison's 4,000 show list on my Facebook. If you want to check out his list, you can click it on there. I think I was going to post it on Patreon, and then I got distracted. But I'll put it there too, so you patrons can get into it with him. So, but getting back, yes, there's going to be a period of adjustment. There always will be. But I just think the abilities that he has is going to give him a real head start. There's always going to be, I don't know Shane Waldron yet, situationally. All those things are going to happen. And then, the magician that Caleb is, I was outside beforehand. That's why I was running late. I was I was going through drills with Tate, quarterback drills, and stepping into the throw. And I was teaching him, you got to anticipate. You just got to believe in the throw and the process. Don't aim, just step and let it go. Step and let it go. And we were going through that. And, he's 10 years old and he's like, Dad, this is what Justin struggles with. And he's telling me back. So I'm like, yeah, exactly. He's 10. So with Caleb, you're not going to see that. And I love that Caleb, football is about geometry. You're going to look at angles. So when you move the pocket, the angles get different. So you have to be an anticipatory passer if you're getting out of the pocket. When I see him, and the reason why I have him so highly ranked over Andrew Luck and all of them is because his ability to anticipate passing windows and layer the football was like no other. He jumps in the air and is able to thrust his hip through the throw while keeping shoulders square. So he would jump to square up. And some of the throws that he makes are just improbable. And that's where it's so easy to see the comparisons to Patrick Mahomes. And Patrick, you know, as great a quarterback he is, arguably the best in the NFL right now, right? Caleb is a better athlete, like a agility wise. If we were looking at the both of them, what he does athletically is it's outstanding. So when you have all these traits and you have the mindset and the competitiveness, and then you're handling the press and the pressure, they're trying to catch you in a trap. They want to get a sound bite. His personality is so authentic and so joyful. Now, we'll see. He hates to lose. I hate to lose. Trust me, I hate to lose. And how you handle that situation through time, you grow up and you handle it better. But the rumors about that kid and everything that went into the lead up of the draft was just awful.
Well, Phil, something that you had mentioned earlier was, you know, with the whole going back to the mic, bear down after every, you know, I feel like it's him embracing the role right now, right? He's a young guy. He's trying to, you know what the end goal is, right? Hopefully he's the guy to lead us to a Super Bowl. But I like the fact that he's embracing it. He went ahead and he's all over Chicago. He's, you know, being friendly with the fans, being outgoing, being, you know, a good dude. And I think that's part of what, you know, eventually I think we're going to see a guy mature, and maybe we see maybe not as much of that like being broadcast, but I feel like this point in his career, him just slowly but surely fitting himself into Chicago, fitting himself into the locker room, you know, becoming more sociable in an area where he just became a megastar. And I think that's something that's going to carry on, you know, further right now than him just being like what because Justin, not saying that Justin was like this bad dude, but Justin you weren't hearing Justin, you know, going out and buying a guy a jersey and buying him tickets and going out and
yes, he did. He got the Packers mom guy ticket.
Yeah, but he didn't do it for you're right, Sheree. You're right. He didn't do it for any Bears fan. And I just feel like Caleb Williams knows
Justin.
Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I just feel like he knows what he's doing. He's easing himself into the fabric of Chicago and into this locker room. And I just feel like you're gonna see a guy from this position right here, you know, just trying to fit in. I'm not saying that he's like some guy trying to make it. He's going to be the guy, but trying to establish himself as somebody who's going to be the face, not only of the Bears, but could be one of the big faces in Chicago. You know, he's a mature enough kid, man.
It's not even in Chicago. I thought you were going to finish by saying one of the faces of the NFL.
Well, yeah, he will be one.
We haven't had that since Walter, Singletary, you know, Richard Dent, and all these great players. You know, as great as Wilbur Marshall. Oh, they weren't faces of the NFL. Walter Payton was. You know, Mike Singletary, I could say, probably was a face of the NFL because of the constant showcase and close up of his eyes and the character and the man that he was. He was a face of the NFL. We haven't had that. We've had a punchline of the NFL, like Smoking Jay Cutler, don't give a fuck, Cutler, that Brandon Marshall beating people up in the locker. You know, those types of things have been Chicago Bears football. Mark Trestman not being able to handle a locker room. You know, Brian Urlacher he was a face of the NFL. That would be the last guy after Payton and Singletary, I would say. I mean, everybody knew who Urlacher was. He was always on covers of things. And when the Bears were playing anybody, it wasn't Grossman's face up there or any order. It was Brian Urlacher's face.
Mhm.
And as great as Charles Peanut Tillman, and I believe he should be in the Hall of Fame, and Olin Kreutz, as great as those guys, they weren't faces of the NFL. Mr. Caleb Williams has the ability, the personality, and the talent to do what hasn't been done in Chicago forever. A quarterback of the Bears being a face of the NFL. And when you think about faces of the NFL, what do you mean by that? I mean, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees.
Yeah.
These guys were faces of the NFL.
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady, who's he's being placed in the Patriots Hall of Fame tonight, down in New England at the stadium. They have a whole ceremony going on tonight down there. That's how you do things. Chicago doesn't do shit like that. That's where this organization seems to be stepping into the light, like poltergeist. Step into the light.
How often do you think George is going to be featured on Hard Knocks? Speaking about
That's a
stepping into
great question. I saw someone in there. I was going to get to that one. I honestly don't know,
Will
because
we see him running away on the scooter, like the Segway just taking off from the cameras, like trying to get away?
To Jim's point, he had a personality. He had a personality. Like he was trying to be funny, because Jim messed it up a little bit. He was coming down this hallway. There's like in this restaurant, and we were in this side area. Then they had these sliding glass privacy doors that were frosted, where they opened up, and that's where the McCaskey, Phillips, and whoever else was going to eat. So George is passing us. I'm sitting at a round table right here at the edge. Jim is next to me here to my left. Rebecca, Don, Marge is across the way, and George is coming this way. George sets the joke. He's trying to play a joke on us. So he's like, whatever you do, don't serve these guys too many drinks or something like that. And that's when I said, oh, and I ignored him. I'm like, remember, the bill goes to McCaskey, MC. And that was the joke that Marge got all nervous about, and George laughed and went in there. So he's got he's got a good personality. But again, he's the chairman. This whole thing, I still have questions for Jim and people in the Bears. Like, he's the chairman. His mom is the owner. How is it separated? How is this bracketed in ownership? It's very strange how this whole thing was. I still am like thinking about the utter chaos that is ownership. If something happens, they're hanging on to it.
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Daddy's home.
There he is. He's back from on Facebook and in the show.
Yeah, what the fuck?
He did it both. He made it.
Yes, I did.
Do you think George McCaskey is going to make an appearance on Hard Knocks?
Maybe very early. I don't think he has any interest whatsoever. They might have a little, story about his mother and being the founding franchise, and he'll be a part of that. But I don't think he wants. Maybe they follow him to church.
Do you think, Shane? Do you think that the fear is that they're going to start talking about the family and what maybe something gets turned over and George doesn't want to have that?
Know. I think if there was anything at this point, I mean, it's 2024, it would come out. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's going to take Hard Knocks to. I mean, you have $1 million athletes and powerful people in and out of there on a daily basis. So I think if there's something that shady going on, it would have already come out. I just think that they're so small-minded and closed-minded and old school thinking and mom and pop shop that it's just against them. She was at the Piccolo Award.
She was.
Yeah. Or so they
Someone's
say.
questioning she's AI. She's a robot. Someone was texting me. I'm like, stop.
Dan Weeder saw her.
Oh my fucking God. Your lunch with Mary.
Danny's Noonan says it feels different in Chicago. Really does feel like the summer the Bulls drafted Jordan. By the time summer ended and the Olympics were over, the town was jacked. By the time
was Danny Noonan,
I don't know.
Old enough to know what happened.
Old enough to feel that.
I mean, I was old enough too, but
Shane, I was talking earlier about I'm just truthful. Like there's no gray with me. So with Shane and everyone else there is, but for me, the difference between Caleb and any quarterback that we have had step to the podium is night and day. It's just authentic, confident.
I listened to it today, Phil, and I came away. And I know this sounds horrible. He just sounds like a big time professional quarterback. He's not, skating around any issues. And the one that really caught my attention was, what do you do to kind of step away from football? And he's like, yeah, I really can't. I don't do that. He's like, I might, and that's just what I'm saying. We'll see. I know he had some news today talking about his investment firm that was announced today. So I'm sure there's going to be some people running with that and trying to figure shit out. But he sounds very prepared. None of it sounds like it's too big for him. Yeah. That's what leaders do.
If Shane pointed that out, Jim, previously, which he did
on the fucking presser. If you go back and watch when Mitch said that, I'm like, that's not good. That's just, hey, I don't give a shit if you're reading it. Don't talk about it. And then he made it worse when he said, oh yeah, I'm reading a book on leadership because that's what leaders do. No, dude. Yeah. Just shut the fuck up, Mitch. How about that?
Milkshake Mike, it's hard not to think about football was his quote. And listen, there's two things that I know at TTNL has been stated and prior at the old network that I've stated many a time. And Ryan Poles seems to walk step for step with that. You got to get football players first. I don't give a fuck about his 40 time and all that shit. That's just checking boxes. Does he love the game of football?
You know who else said that too? That quote that you just had up there. It's hard not to think about football. Flu said the same thing. They asked him and they said, are you going to get away? And he goes, well, it's hard to. He's like, I'll devote my mornings where it's quiet. I'm thinking about the guys on the team and, figuring things out for training camp and stuff like that. But that's what you want. I don't want a guy so caught up in the outside noise that, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to unfollow the Chicago Bears.
Right.
Again, you want to do that? Go ahead and do it. I don't need to hear a fucking thing about it. Just do it. Delete your social media. Good for you. You're a better person than I am if you can.
And then
go ahead and do it. I don't own it. Yeah, I don't need to fucking hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. And that's the thing. But I want to just real quick, Phil, I want to give you props because I was listening to Rick Spielman today, and he was interviewing Chris Spielman. And they were talking about, how the Detroit Lions have been built. And originally they had actually called Chris and wanted him to interview to be the GM. And he's like, wow. He's like, I'm not qualified for that. he goes, that was my first words. He's like, I'm very open, honest, and blunt. And he goes, but I'll help you find the right GM. I'll help you find the right head coach. And he was talking about Detroit's head coach and how they got into that. And he goes, when he first got into the league and, you know, talking to different people, he said, some of the best advice that I ever got from anybody in the NFL was when they said, don't make it harder than it is. A lot of the things, just keep it simple. Don't overthink it. And he's like, people get into these head coaches and you have to have play calling experience and you have to be, you know, you have to do this and you have to go through all these hoops and these steps along the way. And he goes, none of that matters. And people are going to tell me that I'm crazy. And you know what? I'm right. He's like, you know what you got to be first and foremost? Got to be a leader of men. You have to be able to command the room. And he said he talked about when he was going around with, I'm blanking on Detroit's coach's name.
Dan Campbell.
He went down to a Saints practice for a couple of weeks. And he's like, I just sat there and he said, I watched him intently. And I watched the way that he commanded the respect of the players on offense, defense, and special teams. Everybody gravitated to him. And he said, you want to know what one of the most impressive things about Coach Campbell is? He's going to hire the best people no matter what, even if they're a threat to his job, even if they're a better coach than what he thinks he can be. He's not going to give two shits. He's going to say, he's going to make us better. He's going to be on our staff. And you know what? Maybe he is a threat to my job. But if he's a threat to my job, then that's better for the team. And that's not his fault.
And it'll never take his job because of that understanding.
Yep.
I've always, thank you for sharing that, because I've always said that the first and foremost thing is the command of the room. You have to be authentic. You can't go over here, talk this way, then go on the press and talk another way. You can't go to the linebacker meeting, talk one way, talk another. Everybody talks. Everybody's competing. It's no different on any level. If you're not going to please everybody, you're just not. And
well, he even broke it down, Phil, even beyond just the leadership part. You know, he was talking about the draft, and he's like, when we drafted Jahmyr Gibbs, and listen, I'm an Alabama fan, loved Jahmyr Gibbs. I'm on air saying, at that point, I was saying that I don't give two shits what anybody thinks about running back. If he was available to the Bears in round 2 that year, I would have sprinted to the fucking podium to draft the kid. I didn't give a shit who was on our team. They took him 12th overall. He's like, we knew we were going to get destroyed by people, and we don't care because we sat down with him. He's not a running back. He goes, we could play him at slot receiver. He'd be one of the best slot receivers in the NFL. He is a football player. He is a weapon. Brian Branch, he goes, does anybody in the NFL want Brian Branch on their team? He ran a bad 40, so he dropped to round 2. He's like, people get so caught up in all of it. And it's true. It's so true how these, you ran a 4.53. We wanted you to 4.4.
They lose out.
You're overthinking everything.
I was saying that to Ivan. I've never, like, Odunze, he was my number 1 receiver on talent, but listening to all of them talk and see their personalities, he's so far beyond Marvin Harrison and Neighbors as far as a human being.
Yep.
And
he's
mature.
Very grounded.
He's so grounded. He's had to eat dirt. He's missed a few meals in his life. He is going to be appreciative. He's going to be a great teammate. He's going to learn.
He's dealt with all of the adversity with his grandfather. Also,
exactly.
You watch that stuff matters.
It does.
It builds a man. It builds character. And yeah, you talked about Rome Odunze, and listening to him today, I think it was Jason Leisure that asked, where are you going to live? He's like, oh, what do you want me to give you my address? I just loved that interaction. But this is what I've noticed this more of a lighthearted, and I'm going to give it right back to you, demeanor. I think it started with Flus. You remember last year the exchange with Leisure. You know, what's up your sleeve? Blue's like, I don't know, what's up yours? That's if you look back to around week 14 last year, Blue's started the things for him started to change where he was more himself. He was more in command at the podium. He wasn't as guarded. He was more open and flowing and joking around. But you see it with Caleb Williams. You see it with Roma Dunze. Roma Dunze, he's like, yeah, of course, it's free here. You know, it's 99% free. Me working out here. I want to take advantage of you know the things that I have around me here, and that is what they're talking about when they're talking about culture and when things filter down from up top, and you see a seismic shift within the locker room, but guess what? None of it matters until you have to win. You have to win.
It's going to matter when you face adversity.
Yeah.
Now, people ask me, hey, because here's another case of the Bears hiring someone who's never been a head coach. And, you know, we can go hours and days debating all this stuff. You know, we have always stood together in unison and said the biggest concern is the coach. I don't know. I was ready to fire the guy. Now, can he grow? Yes, every human being can grow if they're honest with themselves. If they look in the mirror and they're surrounded by good people that care and love them, that are going to be brave enough to say, you know, coach, you know, you have to be the one say, listen, I need the feedback. Tell me, talk to me. What do I need to improve on? Ryan Poles believed in him to support him to come back and return, knowing that he'd have the first pick and knowing that they were going to take Caleb Williams back in November if they got the first pick, right? So the appearance and everything physically is one thing. How he goes into this season, I hope he embraces who Matt Eberflus is. You don't want to be a follower. You don't want to try too hard. You want to be yourself, and you also want to make people laugh and understand each and every person comes from a different background, and you're bringing them to football is the ultimate team sport. It's not even close. It's not even close. It's like you need everybody to be successful on each and every play. So the coach, you have to keep them all together. If you have adversity in the locker room, if you have an offensive coordinator that's not talking to you and you hate each other, and the OC doesn't want the quarterback, and this guy's doing dumb shit and he's got to be fired, and you have all these distractions, then yeah, it's on you as the head coach. You got to fucking set the tone.
Yeah.
You set the tone. So it's going to be so interesting to me is how Eberflus is viewed on Hard Knocks. Is he going to be is he going to be not commanding the room? Because I know, as short as I am and whatever, I would go into that room and have everybody's fucking respect. And if you don't have it, I don't care. I would go to the GM, want him out, gone. I don't need that. That's the coach. That is who Bill Parcells is. That's who the great coaches are. Belichick, Sean Payton, all of them. Dan Campbell. You know, you're not going to just get rid of it. You're going to have a talk.
Right.
You're going to
I think he's
grow the man. You're going to set a tone. This is my expectation. Can't be just acronyms. Got to be conversations.
Well, I think those things do happen, Phil. Just not as vocally as maybe some of us would want. For instance, you know, you had the Roquan Smith situation. He gets traded. You have the Chase Claypool situation. He gets traded. I just feel like that marriage between Flus and Ryan Poles is what you're looking for. You have Flus, who's more of a, you know, he's not Dan Campbell. He's less of a vocal coach, but he still has command of that locker room to an extent. And then if he has an issue, he could go to Ryan Poles, who will just go ahead and say, hey, man, I've screwed up. We don't need this, tearing up our locker room. We're going to have to move on from you. Good luck. I like that dynamic.
There's 100
Yeah,
different ways.
That was a
100
big
different
moment
ways
for me.
to lead. You don't everybody, like you said, Ivan, you don't have to be Dan Campbell and you're chewing kneecaps and drinking 47 gallons of coffee on your way into work. That's fine. And I don't want to see that shift in Flus that way, because you already know that that's not him. You want him to be true to himself, but you want him to be able to command the room. And after everything that they went through, they had every reason in the world to launch the entire fucking coaching staff.
Mm-hmm.
Quite honestly, with everything that went on, with the guys that he hired on offense and all of that, I have not heard anybody, not even a blip, come out and say anything negative about Flus. We've seen that before, where the coach was still employed and players were taking swipes at him.
I think here's the thing that I think, if you're a coach or a young coach or you want to get into coaching, it's so imperative that you be your authentic self. You have to, especially if
that's
you're
a great point right here by Scottish Bear. If you go back and watch Hard Knocks with the Colts, he was a big part of it.
I didn't see that one. But the other thing is, the head coach, no matter what anybody I'll know right away if Flus is fraud or for real. It is about having your vision. That's the most important thing. This is my vision.
Yep.
No, we are not fucking getting in shotgun on 4th and 1. That's unacceptable. This is my vision. This is my football team. And it's all going to fall on me. So I am going to be maniacal. Get the power game going. Get whatever it is. That's what he has to have, that vision and that tone.
And the vision, Phil, is you can shift it and then just switch the name to Ryan Poles.
Mm-hmm.
More than 50% of the fan base wanted Matt Eberflus gone. The media wanted Matt Eberflus gone. Ryan Poles put his nuts on the line. 100%.
100%.
And he said, now this is my vision. And it includes this guy. I found him.
Right.
He's my guy.
And listen, I honestly will know. I will know if we're dealing with a fraud, a phony, or a really good coach who is put in a predicament. There was a lot of chaos. And Shane's point, I think it was with David Kaplan in that show, when Dave was on with us, saying, well, with dealing with all that adversity, you have to give him some credit. He did turn around the defense, and he did not lose the football team. So, and if Ryan Poles is standing up for you in belief of that, after I'm seeing him launch Chase Claypool and do what other organizations, you've heard us say this many a time here, more so than anywhere else, how important it was for us to showcase that the difference for me was Ryan Poles getting rid of Claypool and owning the loss of a second round. We whiffed and not trying to hang on to it and see maybe and we'll just keep hanging on to it. Now people will get in the chat and they'll say, well, what is he doing with Velus Jones? And I say, well, he's smart with Velus because this is where an anticipatory passer is going to showcase if Velus can stick or go. This is where Velus, and also the new kickoff return rule. So you don't need to cut Velus Jones now when he's making
I think we need to talk about that. Boy, it really sounds. Josh Rock today talked about they are legitimately looking at Roma Dunze to be their return man.
Oh yeah.
A kick return?
Yeah, the return man.
Wow.
I think more or less, Phil, and you're right. Like, but with Velas in particular, I think he's on a rookie contract.
Yeah,
They're gonna keep him.
They didn't extend him.
gonna-
You're goddamn right.
Right. Exactly. They're gonna pay him peanuts, and they're just
We're
gonna
gonna see.
have and see if he could develop.
Yeah,
into what
that's
they
it.
want.
I don't think you cut that guy now. It doesn't
No, it doesn't make it. That
doesn't make any sense. You give him the shot now.
They talked about 2 players that have transformed their body on this team, and they talked about Jervon Dexter, and the other guy really surprised me. Adam Johns brought it up. Do you have any idea who he said?
Now, let me
Guy
guess.
on defense, backup,
A defensive guy.
Back up.
transformed his body.
Oh, our guy.
Robinson.
No, the
Yeah.
kid from.
Dominique Robinson.
Oh,
Looks
Dominique.
looks like a totally different player.
I thought it was the kid from Riddick from South Carolina.
Riddick.
The defensive tackle. What am I? What's his
Riddick?
name?
You mean not Riddick.
Oh, you're thinking of
What am I
Pickens.
thinking? Pickens. Where did I get
Yeah.
Riddick?
He has lost weight, but they're just talking about
Dominique Robinson. How so?
Adam John said he didn't even recognize him. That he's bulked up.
Really?
Yeah. Put on some weight. And they're talking about year 3 because
Hey, great.
he's played like 7 different positions over the last
Thank you, Danny.
5 seasons or something like that, they said, including college. But yeah, it's
Well, that's a good wake up call there. Once he saw the Bears traded up, or
Yeah.
I mean, you got to take a look in the mirror, Dom. Rob, the writing was on the wall. You were
game 1
getting
of his
reps
career.
and
He got a
doing
sack,
nothing.
and I'm not sure if he's had another one
He
since.
hasn't had one since. He is definitely on the bubble.
But
So to hear that, hey, you're in a contract year. You're you only get one shot. You're in the fucking NFL, man. Your body is everything. So
you have a beautiful shot here in Chicago.
Exactly.
I mean, you got a wide open door. I'm not, as of right now, I don't expect him to make the team. But again, that goes back to Velas. Right now, there's no reason to cut him.
Exactly.
And that's but another Sam Monson, PFF Sam, was on with our guy Kenneth Davis, and they were talking about the Bears offense, and I'm like, wow, it's so strange to hear positivity when you're talking about Bears wide receivers and a young Bears quarterback and all of this. So then I don't know if it was Kenneth, it might have been Kenneth, asked him, what concerns, and he goes, this is the issue with fucking PFF, where everybody loses their fucking mind. Monson goes, yeah, I don't like the players they have on defense. And I'm like, what? I had to hit back up 15 seconds on my fucking phone on my podcast app.
They have to start
Like,
getting. Why don't they bring us on as guests ever?
And he's like, yeah, he goes, I thought they played
Sam Monson.
I thought they got lucky with some things. I thought they played over their head. He goes, I don't really like what they have going on defense. He goes, people are talking. He's like, there's a lot of question marks around Tyreek Stevenson. Didn't like him coming out. I'm like,
did he watch Bears football?
I'm
He
like,
didn't-
dude,
he didn't watch Bears football.
That's
bro.
exactly what I'm like. Did you watch a fucking game? He's like, Montez Sweat. He's not
All the guys they hired from India to grade.
Yeah.
That's who watched the Bears game.
He's like Montez
Not
Sweat, and he goes, Montez Sweat is a good player. But then
outsourcing.
he's like, I'm not
PFF.
not going to put him, on an elite level, which is fine. Is Montez Sweat an elite pass rusher? No, he's not. And that's fine. It's just a fucking label. He's good, but he went right down through saying that he doesn't see it with Jervon Dexter didn't show him.
What's the elite line? What is
I think he's talking about
he transferred mid-season and completely changed the dynamic of a defense just with his presence and his effort. I would say he's pretty elite, bro.
The only thing that
he's using fucking sack numbers there. That's just bullshit.
Well, and I'm not agreeing with Sam with 99% of what he's saying.
Mhm.
I just still I need to see the Chicago Bears defense go out there and dominate a big time quarterback. Because right now that list is led by Jared Goff. That's the best quarterback that a Matt Eberflus led team
very
defense
good.
has beaten. And it's you're not getting an impressive list this
But
year for a long
in a
time either.
team sport,
No, I get it, Phil. But
Justin throwing picks
Yep.
and fumbling and giving short fields to your defense, that gets lost in their statistical breakdown
Yep.
and analysis here. It just continuously baffles me that we're going to outsource to fucking PFF to talk Bears football.
yeah,
Like,
it's just no. Yeah, Bill, I think, is kind of echoing what I'm saying. That I need to see them go out and I don't want to see them get the shit kicked out of them by Justin Herbert. By, listen, more times than not, it's going to happen against Patrick Mahomes. But I want to see them go out there and have a statement game against a big time, legitimate NFL quarterback. And right now, like I said, that list is led by Jared Goff. And he's the leader by a pretty wide margin with who they've beat. So
I'm sorry. It just frustrates me with PFF because they don't put football in analytics. They put analytics into football, and it should be the other way. Here, I look at these games that the Bears lost to good quarterbacks, and outside of the Kansas City Chiefs game, they're in these games. The offense can't score. They just can't score. So the defense is put in situations, and listen, you got to look at these things for what they are. It's just football is a team sport, and I don't know how you watch tape and come away saying you don't like that defense. I just don't. The corners alone, if you even use Tyreek Steve,
Phil,
this kid's a fucking rookie out there.
When you talk about a secondary as a whole, I'm not sure I'm trading Chicago's for anybody's in the entire league. The oldest player that they have in their secondary is Kevin Byard, and it's by like 7 years. The oldest guy beyond Kevin Byard is 24.
Listen, you don't have to prove it.
Right.
I was watching the tape of this. Javon Dexter was an outlier to me. I'd be the first one to say he surprised me and really was improving throughout the season. Montez Sweat, to have that kind of impact alone is evidence of elite.
First player in NFL history to lead 2 teams in QB sacks in a season.
But what he did to the Bears' vanilla defense showcases he's elite with nobody else. There was nobody helping him on the other side.
No.
And it's just sad that, again, I'm not trying to sound any way, but it's just sad that they can't reach out to TTNL and put us on a national spot, because we know this team better than any of these guys. Authentically, anybody saying you don't like that should be the last thing. You want to talk, you're worried about the interior of the offensive line, you're worried about whatever, then there might be a conversation there. But you don't like Tyreek Stevenson?
Yeah,
that is the dumbest thing.
It sounds like
Montez
Sam probably
is an elite.
It sounds like Sam probably wasn't high on him in the draft, and he's just kind of defaulted to that, which
sad.
You can't do. Listen, I'll be honest. I'm not the biggest Jaquan Brisker fan in the world. I'll just be honest. I'm not. He's got a lot of question marks for me.
I love Brisker coming out. He is still sloppy,
big time
in the alley. He waits sometimes to tackle. But I think having Bayard
Yeah,
in
it's
there
gonna
is going to
help,
help him instead of Eddie, but he does pack a punch. He's a heady football player, and he improved late in the season with a better pass rush, which is going to help any defensive back.
Yep.
But I'm with you, though. He isn't like, oh, I'm set there. I'm not drafting another safety. No, I want to see
No.
better from him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Uh, this-
if you told me that, you know, in the next 2 or 3 years, well, because this would be year 3 he's going into. So if you told me that next year was and Brisker was done here, I wouldn't be 100% shocked.
Yeah, this is a huge
year.
defining
He's got to
year
stay.
for
He's
him.
got to stay
Yeah.
healthy. He's got to make plays on the
He's
ball.
got to be more aware.
Yep.
He comes in, he puts his head down in the alley and misses too many easy tackles. He likes the big hit. He likes the collision. I love that. But you got to be technically sound. He is a guy that needs to, out of all the secondary,
Yeah, all of
he's the guy that needs the most improvement, to your point.
Yep.
And I totally sign on with that.
And that's
Drew,
we're not trashing Jaquan Brisker at all.
I would tell this right to him on the show if he was on. If Funkster Jones gets him on the show.
Well, put it this way, Phil. To me, and it's not close. Who's getting an extension first? Kyler Gordon or Jaquan Brisker? It's Kyler Gordon by a country mile for me.
Yes, because of his versatility and his ability to play in the slot. Kyler Gordon was ascending.
Oh, still they
during the end of the year. I mean, when we watch his tape,
and it's
like,
continuing now,
wow.
Phil. They said specifically because of Keenan Allen has been, he's kind of been in his hip the whole time, and the way that Keenan runs his crisp routes, and Kyler's been right with him, and that's only going to make him better. It's just even that, we can get into that too. He switched. Keenan Allen switched agents.
He did.
Yeah, so we'll see what that means.
I will address Drew Black real quick. I think Jared Goff is a middle of the road quarterback. I did see improvement in his anticipation throws, but you get any shots on this guy, he folds like a fucking tent. He doesn't, and he doesn't play well against us. He really doesn't.
Bears have had his number. Absolutely.
These kids wrestling out there want to kill him. I can hear Steph yelling at him. I had to knock. But I think the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen, and fuck Detroit for it, is them chanting Jared Goff at the draft. It was looking back on it.
That's not a mic drop. That's not a mic drop.
It is the most embarrassing, utter clown show of a showcase of fans. Chanting Jared Goff at the draft is a clown show. I almost cringe for you guys. I feel bad for Lions.
If you're in Kansas City and they're chanting Pat Mahomes, it's different.
Yeah.
It's
It's much different. You're chanting Jared. Yeah. Why are you chanting Jared Goff? Like, what the? Because you're so jealous that the Bears are getting Caleb Williams. It's like, just looking back on it, we should make a drop of that. Like, Jared. I'm like, what the? That's the worst thing, moment. Worst.
The guy puts up numbers. Mm-hmm. I put Kirk Cousins in the same boat. I've never been scared of Jared Goff. I've never been scared of Kirk Cousins in the division ever. Back in when Aaron Rodgers was there, you'd know. You're like, this motherfucker, if it's 3rd and 32, that asshole is going to make a fucking play. And they're going to get 34 yards or whatever. Or he's just, he's going to finish the game 22 of 26 with 5 touchdowns. That's just who it was. I never Goff is a good quarterback. Kirk Cousins is a good quarterback. I never looked at either one of those two like, oh fuck, we gotta face them.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
Rodney Pete. And like these guys, like good, but no worry. Brett Favre, you would be fucking worried. Aaron Rodgers would worry. Warren fucking Moon worried me when he was with the Vikings. Like he's gonna throw for 400 yards, 350.
Randall Cunningham when he was
Randall
with the Vikings.
Cunningham, exactly. Those guys worried you. Never have I. Oh, this is gonna be a tough game. Kirk Cousins or Jared fucking. No, this is another showcase. Thank you, Ryan Cox, for getting me even more angry. I like Terrell Smith, but saying he's better than Stevenson.
Yeah, he was talking about. He had him higher than Stevenson in the draft.
He's going back to ratings in his to Shane's point with his draft analysis. He's not watching tape. It's Ivan over on the phone line across the pond.
He went and watched I think it was the Duke tape. It was really rough against Tyreek Stevenson the year he was coming out. It was like really bad. And if you just watched that, you'd be like, oof, can't believe the Bears took him in round 2. But again, basing it on one.
Brandon, you're being way too anything. He showed me things.
Yeah, hasn't showed me anything.
He showed me things. Consistently inconsistent is not to your point.
Is Brandon Daniels, is that Brandon are you the guy that just sent me a friend request on Facebook? I saw it pop up and I had no mutual friends and I'm like, I don't know who the fuck Brandon Daniels is.
Could be Brandon Daniels right there.
Could be
right in real time. I don't put rankings. We will get into our 53 rankings, but who will make the team? But that'll be later on when we actually watch them on paper. It's hard to see. It's hard to see. On paper, there could be a kid that's about to explode. That could have been an undrafted kid that goes out there, plays up. There you go. He did.
There you go, Brandon. We are now official on Facebook, my friend.
Max Allen, haven't caught a live show in so long. What's good, TTNL crew?
What's up, Max?
Max, it's June, and we are thirsty for football players. Tupac is the most like, come on. I honestly
we were doing
have to
so
go
good
into
with
my
our YouTube
notebooks.
comments up until this point. Now they're fucked.
It's like my wife totally agrees with me as well. It's like, come on. I can name easy 20 MCs better than him. It's easy.
Tupac wasn't a lyricist by any means. So yeah, but what he was doing was telling stories, which is a part of hip hop. So I mean, yes and no. I feel like Tupac is
stealing one of my guys, Big L, one of the more underrated rap artists.
Oh no, I think he's I think he's talking about the Cubs.
They just won today. So.
Big L was phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. Is Caleb cutting his hair? We got to get Lawrence Funk on the show.
He said no. Oh, he is? Is he? Caleb said he is?
No, he said that he wasn't. He was.
Yeah, he said he was cutting. He said he was growing it out.
He's gonna.
That was the last I had heard.
Bears Truth 9. He's Karan. He has high hopes for. I really wanted him to get a lot of reps. If Poles hits on him and makes Braxton expendable, we'll see. Well, we will see. I heard that they might put him at guard. Yeah. So, did you see the little clip? I don't know how old it is, but
I sent that. I think Ryan Cox sent it to me, and I think I shared it with you and Cap.
Cool G Rap is in my top 20. Look at you. Cool G Rap, a DJ Polo. Cool G Rap had a lisp, Ivan. I don't know if you remember Cool G Rap.
I know I've heard of Cool G Rap. I did not know he had a lisp.
Yeah. So when you listen to him rap, his lisp will come out every now and then, and I lived for that because he was like, "My name is D-Rap. I'm on the road to the riches."
Sounds like Mike Tyson rap.
He was. Oh my God. And by the way, Tupac is a fraud, number one, because he's from the East Coast, by the way. And he was an actor and he was acting hard. We'll just say that. We'll just say that. I'll get people fired up. But Q-Tip would rip the shit out of Tupac and throw him in the fucking ocean and he'd be dead. That would be the end of it in a rap battle. Just
So-
Q-Tip alone, who's in my top 20.
Beyond the rap talk, I found that thing
Yes.
on Amagaji, and this was I believe Ryan Cox shared it with me, and it's from
Nate Davis.
Chris Trapasso from ESPN. It says Amagaji was a tackle at Yale, but in moving from the Ivy League to the NFC North, his likely home will be at guard with the Bears. Pardon if you've read this from me before, but I will keep hammering it home. I have some serious Trey Smith vibes when watching Amagaji film. Not every rep was a clear win, but when he did get latched onto his assignment, it was game over almost every time. So that's because I am concerned about Nate Davis.
Now I'm concerned because of
it fits a pattern in Tennessee, and it's fit. And I understand. We have to be mindful of the death in the family and all of that. I understand it, but I just
Chubbs Shane with a super chat.
Wow.
Chubbs super chat numero uno tonight. Chubbs, I want to give you some love and praises. If you were in my presence, I'd be giving you a giant bear hug with the claw behind your back for Caleb. Put me in a
back and shit.
Put me in a time machine and send me to fucking season. God damn these off-season evaluations and all this. I know it's all we have to do, but it sucks waiting. We are in the dead time. Yes. Well, I want to enjoy my summer.
Me too.
Bit,
That's
Chuck.
I
want to get to the beach.
I just want a couple days off.
I want a couple days off of
No
work.
kids. Yeah. Sit by the pool.
Shane, I don't know if you could make it down. July, I think I have July 19th or 17th all the way through the 29th off.
So you're saying you want me to come down for my birthday and you can shower me with gifts and gifts
Yeah,
and
I'm
pizza?
taking my birthday off and my anniversary.
Maybe we should do it too. For Steph can make 2 cakes and we can celebrate my birthday. I think I'm gonna get.
You probably ain't getting.
Probably not gonna get one. We'll see.
No, I honestly wrote it all in a book, and then Big L I had forgotten, and I'm like, oh my fucking God! So I had to rearrange, and then football season hit, and I got to find my notebook. Shane could tell you I've like so many legal pads and notebooks with songs and rankings and plays. It's like, so I will next week. I will unveil my top 20 rap artists. I promise. I'm gonna find it, or if I can't, I'll just start it again. Hello, Steven. How are you?
Steven.
Did you send our Angelo a link?
I talked to Angelo and had a request for him, and
did he do your request?
Yes. I have yet to receive it. I gave him some directions, and this is what he said. This was his response. I will try. Now listen, am I going to be on the show tonight? Let me know so I can be ready. And this is it. 5:00. Thanks, Shane. I said, yes, sir. Tonight is the night. All right. I will be ready. And I said, well, if you can do it, send it to me on Messenger, please. He's like, okay, but like I say, Shane, it would have been nice if you told me ahead of time, but I will try. And I said, Angelo, I'm very sorry. I didn't think of it until just now. I'm sorry I'm late. That's no problem. Well, then I sent him a couple text messages after, and I've yet to get a response. So I don't know if he's sleeping or fell off his mini bike, or maybe he's eating
barn.
some banana bread.
Could be. He could be on the. Did you see him on the Ferris wheel at the carnival?
Guys, I got a show to come to on Wednesday. You're gonna have to let me down.
We got a bigger strip.
His mother did not look like she was enjoying the Ferris wheel ride, by the way. Angelo's mom.
Angelo's mom was scared.
Yeah, she
scared up there.
She loved it.
Yes. Rakim is in my top 20 for Lawrence because Bullets can't rank rappers. Bullets can rank ice cream, probably toys, Transformers. I'll even give Bullets a shot at movies, but rappers, no. Courtney Cronin was talking about what Mike Vrabel told her about Nate Davis. He didn't like practice. Vrabel wanted him out because he wasn't committed. Yes, Courtney is the best. Shane and I talked about that before.
Speaking of Courtney, a presser last week when Flus announced the joint practice with Cincy, and Courtney asked him during the presser, will it be in Chicago or in Cincy? And he's like, well, we play here, so it's going to be here. It's pretty obvious.
Yeah.
He took another shot at her today.
Did he?
Yes.
Oh no.
And she goes, well, we don't memorize the preseason schedule, coach.
She said that?
Oh yeah.
Today?
Funny. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Adam Hogue was asking something about, because it's only a single practice. It's only one.
It's one day. Yeah.
They were Hogue was talking about the logistics of that, and it's normally 2. And then he goes, yeah, and it's going to be here in Chicago. And he goes, oh, look, you two are sitting together. And he goes, it's weird how that worked out. I was like, holy shit. Flus is out there dropping fucking bombs, man.
I didn't watch his presser. I missed that.
Yeah, go watch it. I was like, holy shit. He went at Courtney. I think it's good natured. She was laughing about it.
Oh, yeah.
But it was
Courtney is the best.
You weren't getting that shit in week 5 last year from Flus.
Just you better win, Flus, because
that was
Courtney will be coming for some fucking body blows on you.
Cole Kmet was talking about him knowing before they made the announcement for Hard Knocks that I guess
I heard that
they were told or whatever.
I heard it a week ago. I didn't know.
Yeah. But that was the rumor going around, was that Ryan Poles and Flus and Bears ownership knew months ago, like back in January. And then that's when Flus, his wife and daughters went to work, and they're like, if you're going to be featured on Hard Knocks, we got to clean this you got to switch your fucking wardrobe and your hair and do all this shit. So they're saying that's when he found out, was way back then.
No more suburban dad. It's all GQ Flus.
He does look like a completely different person.
Stop going to fucking Kohl's with Kirk Cousins' wife. It's like, fuck that. I'm stepping up. Visiting Lawrence Funk. I gotta call Lawrence tomorrow and get him on. Maybe we can get him next week. Bill Wagner super chatting. Way over Bullets. Bear down. Hit the like button to send vibes to Angelo. Positive vibes. That's how you do it.
Should I?
You go.
You want me to call Mr. Marino live on?
Yes.
See if he's going to answer? Or is that played out?
I don't think it's played out.
He's waiting for the link, bro. He's waiting for the link. I told him earlier, like, Shane is gonna send you the link.
I need to be prepared, Shane, just so you know.
I just want you to know. If you could only have sent that script to me yesterday.
Well, what I asked him wasn't very.
It's not very hard. Hello. I always go, every time I call him now, I go, how are you? That's how I do.
I don't think he's going to answer.
Jim Larison is breaking news here.
Hmm.
I was told that the Bears were informed early in the year that they were the hard knocks team unless another team stepped up and opted in.
Please leave your message.
No, this poor guy is. Am I going to get arrested for being on the show? He asked me today. I go, what? For what? I think, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, there you go, Bill.
Ivan timestamped that and fucking edited it out on YouTube. I wasn't even thinking about being a
We'll
dick.
do that for sure.
Oh my God.
I wasn't
Poor
even
Angelo.
thinking. And now his voicemail for me is on there. Don't be a dick. So,
Let's see if I could play an Angelo voicemail. This was from yesterday. Or was it today? What's
Hello, Coach Phil. This is Angelo. Let me know if I'm going to be on the show and send me the link. Just in case, all right, man? All right, Coach. No problem. I'll let you go.
there you go. I'll let you go. What's this one? This one's for Jose.
Coach Phil.
That should be a drop. Shane, Coach Phil. We got to change his number now. Well, Angelo is getting there. He's getting there. We'll see. Just send him the link. See, he might be in the barn waiting.
Shane, this is Angelo. When you have a chance, give me a call back. I want to ask you something. How to get a clip from YouTube and put it on Facebook. Thanks, Shane.
Thanks, Shane.
I love him.
Angelo's
I can't believe I fucked up like that. It's terrible.
Angelo's getting calls from everywhere.
There's somebody out there calling him right now.
There's 100 people that called me tonight asking if I was going to be on the show.
We could have Jose Torres call him. That would really fuck him up. Jose's name showed up. Are
Yes.
you in the cartel?
What are you going to give a realistic number for Keenan Allen this year? What's your
You mean on a 2-year deal? You mean on an extension or numbers?
First numbers, and then what would you pay him based on the numbers you think he's going to get? Like, what is his real value? What is he, 32 or 31? How old is he?
He just turned 32.
So he just turned 32.
Yeah, so I mean, you're somebody who was talking about it. Like, if you went to him and you offered him like 2 for 40, would he turn it down? And
I don't think he could.
You go beyond that,
right?
We'll see, but that's the thing when you're on a rookie contract with a quarterback, those are the moves that you make. You know what I mean? So we'll see. That's another thing with Keenan. He's got to stay healthy. He played excellent, probably the best season of his career last year. But
he had like 112 catches, was it?
14 games, right? I think he only played.
Sir Lord Baby Peen says he isn't breaking 1,000 yards. I don't know how you say that.
Yeah, I don't
just
either. I'm not sure what it's based on.
I don't know. Everyone's betting on him getting injured.
Look back to, what was it, 14 or 13 or 14 when Brandon Marshall had 1,000 yards. Alshon had 1,000 yards. Marty Bennett had like almost 800 yards. Forte had he had 1,000 rushing, but I think that was the year that he had.
So
Didn't he have a
when does
shit ton of-
DJ Moore's contract come up? They traded for him and they signed him to an extension right then and there.
No, they didn't. They didn't sign him to a deal. He was already under an extension with Carolina.
That's what it was. Okay,
Yep.
so where he's got 2 years more.
Yep,
He's got
this
this
year and
and
next year. Yep.
So you can technically get a fair deal done with Keenan Allen with an understanding that the bigger deal is going to DJ Moore.
But Ryan Poles came out and said that there's a specific way that they like to do these deals, and the way that he phrased it was DJ's been here, DJ's been in the offense, so DJ's getting the. I wouldn't be shocked if DJ Moore doesn't get an extension right before the season starts.
I wouldn't be shocked either.
Sense.
He's your, if I'm looking at this round, he's your pillar piece on offense.
Yeah.
So I look at that receiver position.
Well, he's your pillar piece. Your pillar piece is your quarterback.
Right. But I'm just saying.
But yeah, beyond
receivers in receiver land.
Yeah.
He's an amazing teammate. He's a go-get-it football player. And now he's going to have an anticipatory passer. His numbers and his tenacity are just going to be off the charts. So, yes, if I was coaching or the GM, he would be the first guy I'd go to. And Keenan Allen, you have leeway because of injury or age, where his performance can dictate, by Halloween, okay, we really see the effort, the professionalism, the cohesiveness with Caleb Williams, that we got to get a deal done with this guy. And you go in higher than fair. You give him a little more than fair, if that's what his performance is. But DJ is a known commodity, and you get him done number one, without a doubt. What's going on? TTNL advisable $4.99 super chat. We got to get Zorich to say that.
Right.
Give him that script, Lady Bear. Text him. Chris, super chat. Every time we get a super chat, we can have Zorich go across the screen. That I'm making that happen. What's going on, TTNL? Much love. By the way, Scarface over Tupac. Man, even Bushwick Bill. He's putting Bushwick Bill over Tupac. I wouldn't go there. There is an argument for Scarface. Hope all is well. Keep doing what y'all doing. Nobody does it better. Nobody does it better than TTNL. TTNL. I'm giving DJ Moore a 4-year extension. That's how much I believe in him, the leader, the player, and the security blanket for Mr. Caleb Williams. To get Rome Odunze, DJ Moore, and a guy like Keenan Allen in his later years, where he is a Picasso type route runner.
He's not a guy. It's not Randy Moss where everything's built off speed and explosion. When you say Picasso, you're talking about his refinement and his routes that he runs, and where it's not based on. And even with DJ Moore is not the fastest guy in the world, but they're so good at getting open. I saw some guy that's a known Bears hater. I think it might have been on TikTok, was talking about the Rome Odunze. He's like, I wouldn't even have drafted him in the first round at all. Guy can't run routes. And I'm like, yeah, dude, just shut the fuck up.
Does he rhyme?
Flus singled him out specifically for his route running capability in camp.
That's when you know somebody doesn't know anything about football. There's great things about technology, which is like what we're able to do here, and meet new people and all of that stuff. And then there's shitty things about technology where these guys that create these shorts and they get creative headlines and they get view. They're doing it just for clicks.
It's like the fucking guy that did the Caleb, video about being pissed off that he didn't get his jersey yet, and then he tagged Caleb Williams and Fanatics in it, and then Caleb Williams goes out and does a video back to this guy and then invites him to the Bears Patriots game, and he got his jersey in the mail like the next day.
Come the fuck
from
on.
Fanatics. Yeah, and then
guess what? I got an email tonight.
Yeah, well, I sent you.
I shipped mine today. It's on its way.
I haven't checked my email, but I got the earlier one. Remember that I sent you the screenshot?
Yeah, you got the July.
Yeah, the July one. But anyways, somebody went through his timeline. I think it was Ryan Poles Eats at Twitter went through that guy's timeline where he was trashing Caleb about his painting his fingernails and saying, if the Bears think that they're gonna rookie is gonna lead them to the Super Bowl, it's just like it's never ending.
Same guy,
same exact guy. And now he's coming out and saying, "Oh, I said that in January when the games were still going on."
Why do we celebrate dicks like that?
You're on mute.
Talk about being full of shit.
Yeah.
And then what a now that I know that, what a scumbag. Even though Caleb is a nice dude for the gesture, but what a piece of shit.
Why are we celebrating this piece of shit, Caleb? This fucking guy. It's like that dude, Andy. My name's Andy. I'm gonna cry.
That piece of shit.
On my social media. I want to go viral. I got zero football acumen. Zero. I got opinions. I got no football. My name's Andy. You know who you are. You're the probably top 3 pieces of shit in Bears fandom. You're not even a fan.
Around?
Who the fuck knows?
I don't know.
Disgraceful. Andy. God,
so I
don't want to say his name to give him any kind of views.
Are you buying the combo package of NCAA football 25 and Madden?
Yes. I already told Tate.
Nice.
You're getting the combo package. Look, Shane. Can you see that?
Don't give out your confirmation number. Jesus.
It's shipped. I just wanted you to see shipped.
We're all fucked up tonight. No confidentiality whatsoever here.
I could pause that and find it probably. I don't know. Is there a confirmation? There's an order number. Well, it's going to arrive June 14th, ladies and gentlemen. Tomorrow is Tate and Dev's last day of 4th grade. Yeah. Mom is in tears.
Mine got done a little bit early. So, yeah, I'll throw that right up there in a second, Drew. Riley's, I got to turn in some of his stuff because he wasn't here for the last days because he's currently in Europe. His grandfather passed away last week. So
sorry for your loss, man.
Yeah, it's been tough on him. It's the first one that he's had to deal with, and it was pretty unexpected. So, he's at that age 13, and it's, my daughter's 3. She doesn't really, you can tell her and talk to her about it, but she just asks, why did he die? And then just walks up to people in the produce aisle and says, my grandpa died. It's just randomly. So it's terrible to laugh at, but kids, they just don't know any better. But
no filter. It's like this show.
Yeah. So
she can come on this show.
What's that?
She can come on this show.
Oh,
my dad already read this fucking book for me already.
My fucking dad already read this one. Yeah.
I was telling my buddy about that, and his wife's overhearing. She's all stank. Who does that? I go, My
my
boy
God.
Shane does that. Chubbs, another super chat.
How is she mad at me?
For teaching her such vulgar language.
Oh, Jesus.
Alan's future depends on Rome. $2. Thank you, Chubbs. Are you talking about the city or no? I know what you're saying. I don't know. I don't necessarily agree. I think Alan's future depends on Alan and his performance. If he becomes a security blanket, we can't have the Bears do what Jerry Angelo did. It was so evident that Thomas Jones needed to be here. It was so evident that Jeff Graham needed to be here. Like these were stabilizing forces, consistent players that gave a professional upgrade to your offense each and every Sunday. No, let's trade Greg Olson. Let's trade Jeff Graham. Let's trade Thomas Jones. No, if Allen goes out there and starts performing and he's a fit and a hit, you got to go out after him. Got to go out after him. Chris Zorich is opening up his own investigation company, Shane.
Yeah, the
him and his daughter.
The Nancy Drew Chronicles.
The Zorich Chronicles.
That sucks, though.
Oh,
Yeah.
I feel bad for him. I'm not going to share because I don't know. But our guy has been dealing with a lot of shit lately. We didn't get him for the draft. We got to get him back on. He's going to have to do the super chat script. Do you think he can handle that, Chris? That script? It's not on the script. I missed that drop. I think if I go over to the Super 16 poll show, we can get that drop. I think it's there. How about this?
Number 1, Michigan.
On the script. It's on the script.
There it is.
I will never forget his name or his face that night that he did that. Oh my God.
How many brown adult sodas did you think he finished when he did after he did that?
Did you see his face that night though?
Yes,
When that happened.
it was so bad.
Like stone face. Like my fingers were too fat. I hit that thing.
Fuck,
I hit that. I can't believe
I didn't get my Caleb jersey, but
there
I
it is.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. The
I will be
training
watching
camp
this at training camp. You're
Nice.
damn right about that.
This guy is gonna be outside cutting your lawn, trimming your bushes with that hat.
Oh yeah.
He's got to pick up a second job. His fucking taxes are about ready to go up.
Ivan's lawn care. That's
Yeah.
what we're gonna do. Ivan's lawn care.
The Vargas
Well,
Fun
maybe
Bus
pick
is
the
here
third
to
one.
make things happen.
The
Oh, yeah.
Ivan Lawn Care Service. I'll trim your trees. You could film me on your Ring cameras. The tape never lies. Tell you that.
We got a bigger strip.
There he is.
I don't think we're going to hear from him.
What? I told him he was on.
I did too, but he's
Just
not.
send him the
responding.
link. Just
I
send him the link.
did. It's
Oh, okay.
he's got it. He's
As long
got
as
it.
he got it.
I know our guy
Yeah.
Scottish Bear had this in here a couple. They're gonna sign Yannick Ngakoue.
That's gonna be the guy, right?
Yeah. Probably for about what was it, around 10 million last year, so I could see it coming in at
Maybe
5 or
7.
6. 5 or
Because of
7.
familiarity.
It's gonna be 7.
I love all.
Oh,
I know, Cherie. Calm down. Calm down.
The
Give me
birth
some fucking names. Give this.
Who?
Cherie's birthday in about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second.
An hour and 50 minutes.
That's why she left the show.
Oh, she probably
Then let me do what I hired to do.
Oh, she got
probably
an order.
opening presents right now.
Yeah, she's
Would
getting.
Would you put a bow on? What'd you put a bow on that thing for?
There she is.
You put a bow on that thing for?
Oh boy. She is a birthday girl. Wait, look, she's looking at the door.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at you all.
He's under the desk. He's under the desk. Cherie, what's for dinner
As
tonight?
long as Cherie's happy, I'm happy.
Maybe some Thomas Jones.
Thomas Jones on the menu.
Cherie would hit the end broadcast button if Thomas Jones walked in her door.
Oh yes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. Show's
T.
over.
Jones. T. Jones.
So what's on the menu tonight, Cherie?
It's like a chicken pasta. That's what I'm making.
Do you always eat dinner this late?
Well, you guys start the show at 8:30. I'm normally not getting off work until 7. But I still actually got work to do. So because I get off so
hard for
late,
the money, Shane. What the fuck?
I know.
because I get off so late, I get ready for the show, and then when you guys are doing y'all interviews, that's when I'm typically in the background cooking and eating dinner.
Get off so late.
Oh my fucking God. Your lunch with Mary.
Everybody don't have to get up at the crack of dawn to go to work, Shane.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
She's got a late.
So what are
home?
What are the birthday plans?
I will be flying out to Italy tomorrow. So
Yay!
I have to pack tonight. So that's something else.
Wait, what?
What?
I have to pack.
Oh, she's late packing?
Oh, I'm always like this.
To Italy?
Jeepers creepers.
You
I went
goddamn
to-
right you can come over, but after you're helping me pack. Those are the rules.
You must have been at the top of your fucking class.
She's going over to Italy.
Is it just you and Mama?
Me, my mom, and my best friend.
So what cities are we hitting in Italy?
Venice, Florence, and Rome.
Yes.
Are you gonna wear an
And in
Adunze
Rome.
shirt? In Rome?
I didn't even think about that. Damn it, I should have got one.
Come on,
So
Cherie.
you better fucking go to the store and get one tonight.
I can't find it here.
Yeah, that's right. Tell Mom Dukes.
Oh
There's
yeah, I
gotta
told
be-
my mom to pick one up tomorrow. Oh shoot, she leaving, flying out early. She actually prepared. I'm not.
There's
Dad's
gotta be
always prepared.
There's gotta be a TTNL fan near Cherie that's got a Roma Dunze jersey. Let her
No
borrow
one's
it.
got one.
Y'all gonna give out my address too, like y'all giving out
Yeah.
everybody else personal.
I got Cherie's number right here. Can't believe I did that. I actually feel horrible about that. Angelo, do you remember Greg Braggs?
No.
Yeah, I do. He called me 37 times.
Oh no.
Cherie, are you gonna give out your age?
Oh yeah, I know I look good for my age. So yes, I will be 41 tomorrow.
Just a
Wow.
baby.
41.
41.
Look at that. June
Look 32.
13th.
I said you look 32.
Oh,
I thought you were younger than
See?
me. Honest to God.
Larison's wife's packed for August.
The gym's already packed.
trust me, my mom's been packed for a while. It's just me.
It's gonna be hot over there, man.
I packed
Yeah.
last second. Like that.
Steph does the same thing, Cherie. So you got a club.
Thank
We
you.
could put a
Steph.
poll question above. Are you a late packer, an early packer, or fuck the Packers? There you go.
FGB, as Jim would say.
Listen, the fact that you're going to Italy, you're gonna have to do the pizza test there. Get a pizza. Are you gonna film some?
I did have because
Yeah.
when we went did the Mediterranean cruise last year, we stopped in Naples and I had
Okay.
pizza there, and that's hands down the best pizza I've ever had. So
Wow. Naples.
Cherie, are you gonna drive to New Haven when we do the pizza run
thank you guys. When is this? Let me know.
in August?
It'll be in July or August.
Yeah, very
Well-
late July or probably August.
Trying to push him for July because I'm off that whole 11 days.
You can be sick. Take some
Yeah, I
sick.
could do that too, but we can
I
get
can,
you
I
for
can
more.
call
than
one of my
one day.
guys and have him steal your car. You won't be able to drive to work.
Scottish Bear thought you were 21, Cherie.
Aw, thank you guys.
Jesus. I didn't know you were. I thought you were 39. That was my guess.
Chubbs is giving out some tips here.
From the
Get yourself a candlelit dinner and a glass of wine.
I'm going to be with my mom and my best friend. There's no
You
candle.
never know. You might meet Anthony
Just
Bigassi.
drink a bunch of wine and you guys can drunk dial Shane back in New York.
Yes, you can call us. Can you shoot some video in Italy for us?
Sure.
Yeah.
Any TTNL fans in Italy? I know we have some. A meet and greet with Cherie in Italy.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna be with a tour group. We're gonna
They're gonna be walking with you. We take over the tour. Fuck this tour. You want to go down the hidden tunnels of the Vatican?
Cherie, Bill's got a request. Do you want to do this show?
It's only one secret. I'm sorry, y'all know black don't crack. So
There it
that's
is.
a great secret.
There
That's
it
a
is.
very
Well,
important-
according to a few sources, you do have a what 23%?
Okay, hush up.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. This is why I don't tell y'all stuff.
Angelo could take her on the tour of Italy.
Cherie, this
On
is
the
where
scooter? No, thank you.
this is where my dad went to high school, Cherie.
These cobblestone streets.
Yeah. This is where my dad was dropping loads back in the day. All the Italian beauties around here, Cherie.
Hey, look, there's my cousin.
Yeah. That's my cousin Angelo.
Now, Cherie, the real Parmesan is you have to scrape it with the brush.
No, Shane,
You can't buy it in the bottle, the craft.
when you order a sandwich, you only put oil on it. You don't put mayo on it. Or it's not there's some fucking rule. What was it?
What? Oh yeah, you can't put mayo on. You have to use
the oil.
What is it? Olive oil and vinegar.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that.
It is actually good with I
hate vinegar.
Salami, all the Italian everything.
Everybody in my house loves salt and vinegar chips. I fucking hate them.
No, it is
More for
really
me.
good.
Huh?
More for me then.
Pink vinegar. That's what you need.
Never seen that one.
You never seen it?
Not pink vinegar, no.
Yeah, they put olive oil in this pink vinegar on they lay the lettuce and onion, tomato, and then they throw this. You gotta try it. Try it once. It's
Maybe
one
I can
thing
find it while I'm over out in Italy.
Yeah. They'll cut it right off the fucking pig right there.
Thanks for that visual.
They hang the freak. Well, Steph will get fired up because she's like, in Spain, the olive oil is the best in Spain. But she is right about the jamon because I'm not a prosciutto fan. It's too salty for me. But the jamon serrano ham, they hang the leg right there. They'll slice it right off, real thin. It is so delicious because that pig is fed walnuts and berries, special meals, and the flavor is so tasty.
I take it Shane don't like olives as bullets is telling me to bring him back a jar.
Oh no, fuck that.
See, Bill buys one of those legs. It's like $2,000 or $3,000 to get a leg shipped across, and you can hang it in your house, and you could slice it. They do it at this restaurant called Barcelona here, which is Steph's favorite. Yes, it's red wine vinegar. It's red wine, or it's not apple cider vinegar. That's way too potent. With the mother, I try to drink that every morning now. My stomach,
You need to dilute that, because that's not good for your stomach.
what's it called? Not that one. It's Coach Fish's wife, even though Steph says she told me about this years ago. I always get this fucking name wrong. You guys are going to make fun of me, so I got to. God. Can't remember the name of the drink. It's good for your stomach. It's got millions. Jim, you know the name of this drink. I was
Ginger
telling you.
ale.
No.
No, I'm joking.
It's got apple cider in it and millions of probiotics. It's got. Can't remember the fucking name.
Kombucha?
There it is. Thank you,
Kombucha.
Lamont. I always fuck that name up. Kombucha. And let me tell you, it gives you that little chill in your back when you drink it. I don't know if everybody gets that when they drink something sour and it gets you in the back. It gives you a little chill. But kombucha has been able to help me a little bit with my stomach. It's been killing me. Instead of taking a shot of the apple cider, Cherie, to your
That's
point.
probably what tore your stomach up.
I'll never forget. I did a fast for like 72 hours. I didn't eat anything. I just drank water and green tea. And then after the fast, I was taking shots of apple cider. Well, in the morning, Steph comes up. She starts talking. It made me laugh as I was taking a shot of the apple cider. And it all went up into my nose and I'm dying. And she's just sitting there cracking up, laughing at my pain. Just totally on the floor. Like, it was funny as shit for her. She couldn't breathe. I'm dying. I can't breathe. Oh my God. That mother, apple cider with the mother. We should have Angelo take a shot of that and see his reaction. It's very difficult. It will help.
Then let me do what I hired to do.
See, Spags, it'll burn the stomach fat.
Yeah,
I need that.
Burn your stomach lining.
Yeah. People I see all these remedies. What is this? The Shilajit? Silogy? That black tar. Have you seen that?
No.
Guess they found it in Antarctica. It's got all these health benefits. Shilajit. Have you ever seen this?
I was like, what are you talking about, Phil?
I'm lost.
Pardon me? Where did we go?
I tapped out 12 minutes ago. I left after the fucking vinegar.
Have you ever seen?
Looking at my
Never
phone.
seen this tar?
No.
Joe Rogan was
I'm
talking
watching
about
The
it. I was just saying, with the apple cider, it's supposed to help you, but this tar is supposed to be something. Shilajit. Look it up. It's like $90 a bottle.
Y'all want to get a vlog? Let's get Phil doing a vlog of all these health remedies.
Well, I'm trying to find this fucking health remedy, but I can't. I've been struggling with SIBO for like fucking 2 years now. These doctors, all they do is throw meds at you.
Uh-oh,
You need to
Phil.
remedy the product. Uh-oh, I hope Funkster Jones gets this guest on the show, Shane.
Oh, is it the one we were talking about before?
Yeah. Just use cannabis. Many healthy pain benefits. Well,
Can't
there
disagree.
it is. Shilajit. That's it.
Shilajit.
Look it up. I'm telling you.
Phil's very regular. He takes a couple
Better
of
not be
Shilajits every
full of
day.
Shilajit, I'll tell you that much.
It's supposed to help your gut. It helps all these.
I'm pretty sure I've been on the phone 5 or 6 times with Phil while
Oh
he's
my gosh.
dropping the
While he's
Shilajit.
dropping a Shilajit.
I had to drop a few Shilajits.
Oh God.
And that's what my other coach, Joe, is doing. He's totally carnivore now. He lost 12 pounds. So I might have to do that too. Take a lot of everything's so fucking expensive now. With all the prices of everything, food, gas, groceries, dinner. Like, I've never seen anything like this.
$39.99 at GNC.
Shilajit?
Yeah, from a company. Well, Really need to. Well, yeah, from some company it has Himalayan Shilajit, GNC, Live Well, $39.99.
There you go. That I don't know how good that one is, but the Joe Rogan show, the guy on that talking about the benefits of it was amazing. So there it is. See? And it comes with that little spoon. You dip it in a hot water and you could drink it, but the gummies are supposed to be best because it doesn't have a bad taste. The cannabis is the way. Hey, either way, but it's not. Cannabis isn't helping stomach issues. Shilajit has a helpful remedy of that. It's found in Antarctica, probably. You're gonna have to look into it. That's all I could say. I'm gonna try it. That's my next thing. I'm gonna try the Shilajit. I think the T is silent. Shilajit.
How fast do you think you're going to be running to the bathroom after you eat that shit?
I don't know.
Silent T in that, but he still says Illinois.
She's got you there, Phil.
I say Illinois because of the complete annoyance that this whole stadium thing is. The taxes and the manipulating and the politics. I'm like, just get this fucking stadium. Put Chicago Bearland in fucking whatever the fuck town it is.
Arlington Heights.
Arlington Heights. Get it done.
I haven't signed off on that quick.
Oh yeah, that was. I was in the meetings. I was picketing outside of City Hall, like not my dollar, not me. But no, I mean it's where they belong, man. It's where they belong. They bought the land. Figure it out with Arlington Heights. I know they're big on the school and the school district getting money for whatever, getting compensated or helping grow the community and such. So that's understandable, but it's a perfect location. They could build parking. They can build amenities, shops, hotels. Yeah, they have the train right there. It's
the train.
Other than a pipe dream of changing the whole facade of the lakefront, literally changing the part of the lakefront. It's just a pipe dream. That's all it is. There's no way you could possibly go to people and the governor. And I've had beef with the governor myself, being a voter, but he had it right. Like, there's no way you can feasibly go to the people of Illinois, the people of Chicago, and say, "Hey, pay for this fucking thing." That is not going to benefit you whatsoever. It's not going to come back.
Jim
It's a private entity, bro. It's never going to benefit us.
That's the thing I took away from the great Jim Larison's episode here. Like, this isn't going to happen. It's just a facade. There's no benefit to the common man. This isn't. So let's stop fucking around. Get the Karens the fuck out of the Board of Ed department or whatever the fuck office they're in. The building and zoning committees. And I'm dealing with that shit to just build a fucking deck by my pool. Got to deal with all this shit. It's my fucking property. I got to go to you for permission to build a fucking deck for my kids around the pool? Come on. This fucking world is ridiculous. Put Chicago Bearland there. Get your billionaires together. Build the amusement park. It'll be a football amusement park. And I'll allow one fucking softball field all the way the fuck over there. That's it. There's not one soccer field anywhere near there. You got plenty of them in Illinois. Everywhere. It's football land.
Well, I do have to cut you guys off, but I do really have to bounce because I got to pack.
Well,
what time is your flight, Cherie?
It's tomorrow afternoon, but I have an appointment, spa appointment before that, so I have to get back tonight.
Oh,
I know.
Spa appointment.
Poor girl's fucking living the rough life.
You don't even. I gotta go. I got a spa treatment tomorrow before I fly out to Italy. That's like the whole thing.
I'm getting a pedicure real quick. I get free pass right through TSA. I'm on the speed line.
Hey, there you go. Yep, I like it. I like it. I like it.
It's international. Get those privileges.
You got to take a TTNL shirt.
I am.
She's got it.
And we need a picture of you in front of the Coliseum.
In my TTNL shirt.
I'll take it off. I don't. That's even better. Send it to me.
Okay. Good night, guys.
Cherie, happy
safe
birthday.
Birthday.
Happy
Safe
41st.
travels. You are amazing.
I just talked to Dan Aguirre. He's going to pick you up and take you to the airport tomorrow.
No, he's not.
Yep.
Cherie, I will be there.
Cherie, if I could go to Italy with you, I'd be willing to suck Aaron. That was pre-Ivan. I don't even think he knows what I'm talking about. Cherie caught it though.
I think Ivan knows that drop. He doesn't
I
know
don't,
that.
no, I don't think I know the draw. I know who you're talking about. I just
We're
don't
at the former place, and I forget exactly
I
what
might
we were
have it
talking
on my phone.
As if we could like get him out of the league. Dan Aguirre, he just like busted out. He goes, if he could leave.
No, it was the Super Bowl.
Oh, that's what. Okay, that's what it
It was a Super Bowl.
If the Bears could win the Super Bowl, I would be willing to suck Aaron Rodgers' dick. He
Yes.
said that live on air, just out of the fucking blue.
Out of
Everybody's
nowhere.
like, what?
You hear our reaction to
And
it.
even though I just said that, so you know,
Clip it.
yeah.
Make Shane the new voice.
Well, love you guys. And of course, I won't be here next week. So have a good show without me. And I'll be back the week after.
We'll send you the link in Italy. Even though you can wake up you
Italian
and your
It's going to
mom.
be like 2 something in the morning.
That's fine. Even better.
I don't know, a lot of bad things happen in the Superdome. See Hurricane Katrina, rape.
Cherie.
Okay,
right.
guys, for real. I'm
All
going.
right.
All right.
We love you.
Love you
Be
guys.
safe.
Don't burn your pasta.
I'm not. Bye, guys.
Wait, real quick. Is there 2 plates out or just 1?
Bye, Shane. Have a good night.
That's 2.
And what do you think, Dan? I would be willing to suck Aaron Rodgers' dick. And what do you think, Dan? I would be willing to suck Aaron Rodgers' dick.
You could totally tell Dan's got the best radio voice ever. He does. Gotta give him that. Congrats to Dan, who just got engaged.
You got engaged, I heard. You told me.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dan Aguirre.
Absolutely.
Danny Aguirre, his favorite linebacker from the Bears. What was his name? Ricardo McDonald.
Yeah, and did I ever tell you that story about that?
No.
Ricardo McDonald's son reached out to me.
Yes.
And his dad was like estranged, and they didn't have any relationship. And he'd never seen his father play in the NFL. And he's like, I heard you on the show, and I know you got a bunch of games. Fuck no. Like, your dad didn't want you to watch him play, bro. Fuck, that's why I left. No, that's not what I said. Wow, my dad left.
Poor Cherie going to Italy.
Yeah. Guys, I gotta go. I have a spa treatment.
Spa
and a
treatment.
trip to Italy
Manny
tomorrow.
Petty. Manny Petty. Man,
That's
I miss the voice of Dan. The other day, Angelo, I'm sorry. I get tired, Phil. I get tired. I fell asleep. That's probably what happened. He fell asleep. I don't know what else to say. I do have an update from Courtney Cronin. I texted her.
How about the
Breaking news. The Tape Never Lies Network. Breaking news.
Yes,
Even if it's
Court.
not, I thought it was fitting.
Courtney, I go, Flu's taking shots and making jokes. Shane is telling me about this live on the show right now. And she says, let me say this. He's hilarious. I love this new version of Flu.
It is. That's why I said he tell her that I said he never would have done this last year.
Well, I will let her know you said that because you're right. And I think she feels that too. I really believe. And she's obviously, everybody loves Courtney at this network. So to have her, what else are you thinking?
Hey, look at your phone.
Okay, hold on.
I have no fucking clue.
Oh, ask him. Go ahead.
We got a bigger strip.
Got a bigger strip.
That's why Cherie's going to the spa tomorrow.
The spa treatment.
Yeah.
I'm not smart.
No. You
Greg.
are smart, Greg.
Ivan's the only one that got my joke.
I got your joke, bro. I just tried to protect you.
Oh, come on. All women hate me at this point. So
I love all.
Well, it's very easy to like you, Shane.
That's right.
It's very easy to like you. You have no comedic timing.
None.
But you're very likable.
Yes. That's right.
Yes.
Oh, Make-A-Wish kids with
Yes.
cancer, you know.
Is it real cancer?
Yeah.
I saw Jackal today. He looks so stressed. I didn't
I can
even
only imagine the
ask.
smells coming out of that thing, but you know.
You have good timing on that. So I didn't even ask. Are you going to be on the show tonight? Are you going to come on? People miss you.
Nope.
I refused to ask him, Phil. Said nope.
Nope.
Poor Jackal's been stressed. He's got crazy cases, crazy stuff going on. The alarm for Caleb Williams has been the ring-a-ding-ding of positivity as we step to the stage of the Chicago Bears season. I love the presence. Now I'm pissed I didn't stay and watch Coach Flus. I wish I was able to talk to Coach Flus. I see his personality going back and forth. That's what I want, that authenticity. That's going to win over the locker room. That you look at the great coaches, they're very self-aware. They're comfortable in their skin. And they set the tone. It's important to have humor. It really is. Because what does humor transcend? It transcends every background, every nicknames, all of that stuff. You know, that's important. The camaraderie, a brotherhood. You hear the word, I love this guy. I love you. You know, we talked about this on many episodes through the losing. Shane and I talking about the whole importance of vulnerability. And that was a crazy YouTube
Did that
debate.
sound like Phil said vulnerability?
You're in a dry spell, bro.
Oh, that's the truth.
Vulnerability.
Sounded like you said.
I said vulnerability.
Shane was talking about vulnerability. I'm like, what?
He's like, my vulnerability is
vulnerability
on fire right now.
It stuck
It's
to
just so slick and skinny in a hole.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I got it up.
We did GMAV. We talked about that, but we talked about the also with him
Yeah,
trashing
I've
Caleb.
lost a lot of respect for Connor Burns. He doesn't have sideburns like fucking Ivan can grow. We'll tell you that. But Connor Burns, when I hear people that were addressing Caleb Williams in that tone and texture with no validity, there's no time. Well, that was then. That's not an excuse. That's not rational reasoning. That was just exactly. He was a hater. He didn't know anything. He just decided to jump on the train of hate. So he's there in the train of hate, living that life. What are you going to do? Now you're going to turn it around. Your quarterback turns it around. It shows you the kind of class act, like Ivan said, that he is. You almost hate that the guy's doing it for somebody that was a known hater. But it's just par for the course.
I feel like if he didn't, he wouldn't be himself. You know what I mean? Like he did that. That was sincere and genuine from Caleb Williams. So like, fuck that dude. Like let's focus on who Caleb is and who he isn't. And he isn't all the bullshit lies that people spread about him this offseason. So regardless of, who the tickets and who, reached out to him, Caleb Williams, in my eyes, and I know in your guys' eyes, is a class act, and he's set to become, like I said, a fixture here in Chicago and potentially a face of the NFL or the face of the NFL.
Yeah, and we started the show, Shane, talking about the last face of the NFL the Bears had might be Brian Urlacher. I said Walter Payton and Mike Singletary were kind of faces of the NFL.
Yeah.
And then Brian Urlacher. No one else I can think of even remotely comes to that place. And now you have Caleb Williams. Now, this is the thing I want to say about Caleb, just kind of after I've done all this work and everything on Justin and Caleb leading up to, 2 years of work put, right on our audio, right on our video, all our patron stuff showing you the truth. The thing was, the debates and the haters had was a record. They used wins and losses. They used ranked opponents. They used a game of 3 interception game. They used that. They used those things, but when you peel back the actual footage and you watch this stuff, the showcase draw, the guy that's keeping a defense that's ranked 250 out of 280 is the quarterback. And on the tape is the immense talent, each and every rep, each and every play that he put out there. So that's how you have to scout. You can't, how many ranked opponents did he? It's a team sport. It's a team sport. So when you're going up against a ranked opponent, you only could play your position, which he did very well on tape. So for us, for me especially, it was very, very easy to see the difference, and it'll be there forever. And listen, I don't have any fear. Guys come and go, they fail, and they succeed. I just, the tape and everything about the kid that I talk to people around him just says success for the Bears. And that's really where you hope. You can't, just like Ryan Poles, you can't put Ryan Poles in this bracket of Bears' inability to develop quarterbacks either. He wasn't here. Just got one glimpse of that Devin Hester. I think that's the only glimpse, Shane, we've ever had of our front office during those times with Jerry Angelo and company ever in any of those drafts, seeing what was going on behind the scenes. I don't think I've ever seen any information or video of, okay, this is how they decided to pick Rex Grossman and Mike Haynes. Have you?
No,
So
not at all. So I was just gonna kind of play the whole thing here, just so everybody can see what we're talking about with what unfolded with Connor. And this was his TikTok talking about the jersey and Caleb reaching out to him. But then we'll press the rewind button.
Over the past few days, I've told you guys about the struggle with ordering my Caleb Williams jersey on draft night, and they said it wouldn't be here till September. Well, I checked my Twitter DMs this morning, and this is what I see.
Hey, Connor, it's Caleb. I just wanted to reach out. I heard that, there was a bit of confusion with the whole jersey situation. So, just wanted to reach out.
How is Caleb doing this?
So that, you'll be one of the first
via DM
to receive.
It's crazy that he even did it.
Much love. Thanks for the support. And, got a little gift for you. We'll be inviting you to a game on our behalf. Like I said, much love. And thanks
and
for
it's
the
the
support.
Patriots game.
I seriously cannot believe that a tweet about my jersey led to.
Well, I talked about it on a show, Caleb.
You are
Come on.
seriously the man.
What?
This literally
You're the
made
man.
my whole year. I'll be at Bears Patriots now. Confirmed. So pumped. Can't wait to see you guys there. Bear down.
All right, so there's the
I've seen this guy pop up on my Instagram reels. So now I know who this is now. I've seen him talk about it.
Oh yeah, but there's receipts for everything.
Oh boy.
And this is Ryan Poles Eats tracked all these down, so I want to give him his credit. Here's
Ryan Cox.
Here's one.
Am I the only guy out there that just doesn't like Caleb Williams? Like, I am not a fan of this dude whatsoever. Like, don't get me wrong. He is an incredible player on the field. I'm not dissing his playmaking or his passing ability whatsoever.
Now.
But first off, the whole paint in the nails thing caught me a bit off guard. And I thought that was a bit out there.
This is January.
Then the other night, I'm watching the Utah game, and Utah's driving down the field to kick a game-winning field goal to beat USC, and all of USC's bench, they're all standing up on the sideline, rooting on their defense, hoping that they get a stop. And Caleb Williams is just sitting by himself on the bench with his head up in the sky. I just don't see.
Maybe he's praying that they'll fucking stop somebody for one.
That's a big trait that you have to have when you're going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. But I don't know. I feel like this is going to be a big topic when the draft comes around. But his leadership and just being almost a role model, I don't see it. And I'm not a big fan of the guy.
Oh, my God.
We ain't done yet.
Wait. That's enough of this guy. That right there. That's like judging how someone deals with a death in their family. Oh, they're not crying enough. What is he supposed to fucking do? He's sitting there praying probably to God that his defense stops Utah for once. Are we fucking serious?
Maybe he's fucking exhausted because he's done everything for them.
The whole painting the nails thing. Now he loves Caleb. Now he loves you, Caleb. Guess what? TTNL's always loved you, Caleb. Bring Tate to the game. My son Tate. Connor.
Let's get an unproven rookie to
Oh, here we go.
lead this team to a Super Bowl at quarterback. That is legitimately the
Not sure why it's
dumbest shit I've ever heard in my entire life. You are a Chicago Bears fan and you are still on the Caleb Williams trade, especially after these past couple of weeks. I don't even know if you really support this team or not. Justin Fields is the guy. Let's get it.
There it is.
Yeah, there's like 3 or 4 of them
That's
going
enough.
on. But yeah.
Bring him on the show. You owe the world. You owe
But that's the
Caleb
point.
an
You
apology, you fuck.
But you
Come on.
Where everybody's argument falls apart is you can't go out there and just trash the guy with baseless claims. And that was my point with Greg Gabriel when Cap and I talked about that, and Gabriel got so upset.
Right.
It's fine. If you get info about a guy, that's fine. if you want to share it, share it. But if you're not going to talk about it, but you want to put out crumbs to show that you have it, but you're not going to, I know what he did, but I'm not going to talk about it at all. And there's a 0.0% chance that the Bears are drafting a quarterback at number 1 because they know this too. That's where the problem is. Oh, how do you like this? This guy is not a leader. That's how you felt in January. And what have you learned about him since then, other than your favorite team traded Justin Fields and drafted Caleb Williams? That's where it's
He's
bullshit.
another one of these grifters. He's another one of these guys that we've talked about. It's unfortunate. It's almost cringe worthy that, or I'll just say cringe for the millennials or whatever, Gen X, whatever, sussies.
It's just what
Because
was
our
he thinking?
quarterback is now embracing this guy. All of us. I was on this network a few weeks ago talking about, I ordered that jersey for my son after screaming in excitement and for a year of him wanting Caleb Williams.
How the fuck do you think I feel? I ordered mine before you did that night. You're getting yours tomorrow. My son's isn't coming in until fucking July.
I'm getting mine in 2 days. They heard me complain, Shane. I didn't get a fucking DM from Caleb though, but
yeah,
this clown,
it'd be like
he should be out on there. I said some dumb shit.
Yeah.
That's what he should
It'd
be
be
doing.
like Justin Fields DMing us and us going live tomorrow and saying, well, the Bears should have capped him. They should have built around him.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same fucking. Well, I said that before he DM'd me. It's whatever. I guess you can fan how you want to fan, and if it's right, wrong, or indifferent, but just.
Well, it just sounds like I said. It just sounds. It sounds fake. Like it sounds like he's trying to get something. And he got something. Like that's how it looks to me. Is like your true feelings were there, and like what did you?
Justin's
think
the guy.
Did you think his TikTok wasn't going to fucking get out there? You know what I mean? Like it's. I don't know. It is what it is. Caleb's a fucking awesome dude. I can't say anything about the other guy.
Right.
You can't
Again,
be upset with Caleb.
To this point, and I know we haven't faced any, real live reps or anything like that, and hasn't played an official game in the NFL yet. But show me one morsel of truth that says that this kid is not a leader. That says that this kid is a prima donna. That says that this kid wants ownership. That says this kid is above the team.
Tag the Bears in Connor's little expose there, and Caleb. To that, let's look at this realistically. It's ridiculous that people like that can flip flop in a second like it didn't happen. I've seen it. I mean, it's disgraceful at this point, and I don't get it in society, and I don't know why. Shane, myself, I can only speak for us two. We could never get away with that. Never. Because we wouldn't pride ourselves on authenticity.
Phil, if you did that live on air, I would check you live on air.
Exactly.
And vice versa.
Exactly.
We've done it. We've butted heads about things like that on air.
I checked Alan Bratcher live on air. He got off the air. He was very upset. I even had to talk to him. Remember that? And that's the integrity with which this show carries itself with. It's not going to be, it's just frustrating because you just don't understand how somebody like that who can completely destroy someone's integrity and then come out smelling like roses at the end. I hate that. I always hope karma comes in and smacks somebody like that. But I had no idea that was the kid. I've seen him pop up on my reels sometimes.
Yeah, I have too.
And I remember him talking shit now about Caleb. But then I'm like, who the fuck is this?
And I don't know if there's somebody in the comments said that Connor's family are season ticket holders.
Oh
So
my god.
That,
So maybe give the tickets to someone else, bro.
but again, I don't know if that's true. I'm just basing it off, Twitter or X comments.
Again,
Or
yeah,
whatever.
we don't know it's true. What I do know, you can't take back those things that you said by skipping out of town and not having the integrity and the accountability to say,
Just come out and say that I was wrong and I was basing it all on
completely wrong.
bullshit.
I'm the
Come out and say
stupidest
that.
person in the room. I have way more respect for you, Connor. If
I
you
was
did
full of
that.
shit. I take it back.
Yeah.
I was trying to, get
Somebody-
some clicks.
What was his story, Shane? You said he's already tried to say that was. What did he say?
His basis, he's got rebuttals to all of those videos.
Oh, he
and
does.
It's based on the time. I said that in January.
It doesn't
I
matter
said
that
in
you said it.
Right, exactly.
An analyst.
And he's like, that was in season when Justin Fields was still our quarterback, but it falls in line with all of this
Goes
other
right
nonsense.
with the quote that you say in the open of this song. If you can't fucking criticize the players on the team that
I
you
don't
are
want to
covering, you don't want to hear that.
If
You don't
that's
want to
the
hear
way
them.
if that's the way that you're analyzing any situation with the Chicago Bears, I don't want to hear your comment on any player.
Right.
Because let's be honest, for whatever reason, and they obviously never would, Ryan Poles could trade DJ Moore tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And there's fans out there that would say, well, you know what I mean? They would totally shift their thinking on DJ. He's not a top 10 wide receiver, which is bullshit.
Meanwhile, I would be rant
I lose
central.
my fucking mind. Yeah.
Right, I lost my mind. I didn't agree with getting rid of Khalil Mack. I lose my mind with great players, but there's an understanding in regards to that on the business side. But I never, ever am going to take a stance that's contrarian or manipulated by a mass of fucking manipulative fucks that made up shit and you can't see through it and you're sharing it around like social media. Then you have your own platform.
Yeah.
So now you have your own platform and you're regurgitating the same kind of bullshit. No, I have no respect for you. None.
Yeah, and it's just whatever it is what it is. It's the world we live in, unfortunately. But
yeah,
with that being said, well, I don't think we're gonna hear from our guy.
No,
Are
I
we?
think he fell asleep, man.
We getting out of here early tonight?
Oh yeah.
That sounds good to me.
It was a great night. Did you return a comment, Shane, or no?
Nah, I think the way that reads, I think he got hacked.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You're starting it off with That's kind of the.
Oh, okay.
I think it's a hacked situation.
Okay.
I don't know.
Golly, what the hell is going on?
You got one from Terrence over there on your end?
Oh, yeah. Probably. A few of them.
All right.
I did listen. I just looked. My phone was upside down. I got the same text, bro. Got the same DM.
Yeah, so he's hacked. Word for word.
Yep.
Yeah, he got hacked.
So there you go. Got same thing, word for word.
I want to say something before we get underway about the tape never lies. Okay, so I know that there's there's a billion podcasts and a lot of people talking about NFL and talking about the Bears. But let me just say that you really, if you are a viewer of Tape Never Lies, don't go anywhere else. Come right here. And the reason why is because Dr. Phil and the smartest man to ever live is going to tell you like it is. And so sometimes you'll go over here and I'll go over here and you'll hear this rhetoric over here, over there. Whittle it down. What I would say is ESPN Chicago, because I'll put myself over, and I'll put ESPN 1000 over. But I think that we have to start whittling it down, man, because when you get these 10 or 15 sources, it muddles your mind on exactly what's truth and what's not. The Tape Never Lies Network